Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is now 8:01 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Monday, the 6th of March. And so I was going to give the weather this morning, but sadly with the weather, what happened was that my phone started to act kind of glitchy out of nowhere. So I couldn't deliver the weather for you guys this morning, but it's going to be a mostly rainy day all day this week, all day today. High will be like 56 degrees and I'll be reached by about like 2 p.m. So be blessed. Josue Pais says I'm on time. Gabriel Bradford, how are you?
I'm doing really well, and just enjoying the Monday, one of my favorite days of the week. So
all right.
Excited to start my week up on a positive start.
All right, glad to hear that. Jennifer Ryan Mayton, Maria Chirito, Larry Acevedo III, and Christy Seacrest. Good morning to all of you beautiful people. Hope that you guys are all doing well out there. So the weekend just passed, and I hope that I saw some of you guys out and about over the weekend. And if you were having a good time, if you went to Sky Zone, might were bumped into a few of you guys. Where'd you go over the weekend? Anywhere?
No, it was just really, really relaxing weekend. I went ice skating with my family because it was my little sister's like 8th birthday family celebration. So we went out and had some fun. Yeah, it's just kind of relaxing.
Okay. And we were in downtown Aurora this weekend, hanging out, having a little bit of fun. Didn't go out to First Fridays, though, but for those who did, I heard that it was a good time. Did you go out?
You know what? This is the one First Fridays I didn't go out for, so I was relaxed. I had some schoolwork I needed to get done, so.
Some what?
I had some schoolwork, so I know.
I thought you said skorking.
No.
And
schoolwork.
I was like, what is skorking? Is that like snorkeling with a wine cork? What is skorking? That's not what you said at all.
No, it was schoolwork. Yeah.
Aisha Saxon is here. Good morning to you, Aisha Saxon. The time is 8:04. Michael Rayford is here. He says, I was lucky enough to take my son to school today. Gabriel sounds asleep. Interesting. Michael Rayford. David Cannon, good morning.
A little asleep.
No, he's up and about him. So I want to give two things I want to talk about. First of all, our intro song. We start the show at like 7:56. And it's longer than most intro songs, you guys, and because of wanting to fit into the mold of typical morning radio and broadcasting, we might shorten it, but we like that song. The reason why the whole song plays and we start a little bit early, because when you're listening to the song, hopefully you're driving into work, or you're brushing your teeth, or you're getting your morning ready or something, and you can chill with a little bit of nice music to set the tone for you. So, that's the reason why that particular song, which is 4 minutes long, plays in its entirety. And it's also the reason why we start the show and start playing it a few minutes before, so we can meet you guys right on time at 8:01 kind of thing, and get the day started for you. So that's the reason why that whole song plays. It's typically not the thing to play an entire song before your show, but that's the reason why we do that, and also because it's commercial free, and we won't get sued for playing it. Quite frankly. So if I can start you off with a little Aerosmith in the morning, I might do that. But since I can't do that, Steven Tyler would sue a brother to death. We play that song. The time is 8:05. The other thing is Gabriel. Brett went out over the weekend. Brett is our mentee of the Triumph Mentoring Program. He's also staff. He went to Ballydore for the Tango Comics Infinium release party. They had a big
Wow.
shebang, and it was good. The man went out there, took pictures, and had a good time. You saw the stuff that happened, right?
Yeah, I was looking at the pictures, like it was popping all over Facebook, and it looked like a really fun party. Like a lot of the artwork there was just amazing. It was so good. So really, it seemed like a great event. Really, really good.
Yep, and he went to Ballydoyle. Ballydoyle is located at 28 West New York Street. So shout out to Ballydoyle. Shout out to the Visual Arts team, and shout out to the Tango Comics people, all the artists who were involved. Okay, first things first. Looks like incumbent Alderman Mike Seville finished with the most votes in the recent primary election for the 6th Ward spot on the Aurora City Council, and now there is an April 4th final election run against challenger Ben Markham. He finished second. So since they were the two highest vote getters in the primary, they will face each other in the April 4th general election. There was a primary election. Because there were 5 candidates on the 6th Ward spot. The 6th Ward contest was the only primary race on the ballot in all of Kane County. So get ready for that on April 4th. Also, what we talked about recently, the League of Women Voters has a great amount of these forums coming up, and they're going to be really good and interesting forums. So they are also covering some candidates in Oswego. Oswego has its own runs and races as well. I want to say good morning to a friend, Bob Lockwood. He's running for trustee out there in Oswego, so good luck. But here's what's coming up, guys. The Alderman at Large and Ward 3 Forum is going to be March 8th at 6 p.m. And there are a good number of candidates. All the forums, these other forums I'm going to mention, are going to be via Zoom and live streamed on the League of Women Voters of the Aurora Area's Facebook page. And then the candidate forum for Ward 5 and 8, Ward 5 and 8 is going to be March 8th at 8 p.m. So again, Alderman at Large and Ward 3 candidate forum, March 8th, 6 p.m. Alderman Ward 5 and 8, March 8th, 8 o'clock p.m. Good number of candidates, so familiarize yourself with them. We've got some good things to show you guys coming up, so stay tuned. The time is 8:08. The League of Women Voters does a lot for the Aurora community in regards to teaching people about voting, letting them know the importance of voting, and getting to know, or rather putting the candidates forward to the people. So thank you for all their hard work. And also the candidate forum for the East Aurora School Board, District 131, that's going to be March 7th at 6 p.m. And Oswego School District 308 Board, March 7th at 8 p.m. So lots of stuff coming up in the world of local politics.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's really cool. I was just thinking about the recent primary, and I think it's really interesting how we had like 5 people running. That's not something that usually happens, especially for like the alderman positions. But I think it's a testament to how committed people are here in Aurora to the political process.
Absolutely. And also I want to say Matt Hansen. I want to say a good morning to a brother named Matt Hansen. Matt Hansen is a dear friend of ours. He is the new state representative for out there in, where is it, Yorkville? How did I forget? Where was Keith Wheeler state representative of?
I'm not familiar. I know.
I think it was Yorkville.
I know my recent state representatives, but I don't know the.
Oh, I
the
think it
ones out
was
in
Yorkville. I think it was Yorkville. But
Could be.
maybe it was Oswego. Oswego, that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, Matt Hansen, good morning to you. I saw Brandy White. That's his name. Shouting people's whole government name out on the radio. I saw Brandy White, mutual friend of ours, yesterday on the Metra. So he says hello, and we both say hello to you. Jen Mendoza, hello to you. Time's 8:10. All right. So the Aurora City Council approved a deal recently for a $4.5 million restaurant and brewery project in downtown Aurora. They unanimously approved the redevelopment deal for this downtown restaurant after being assured the contractor would use union labor. Josie Mendoza Geller, good morning to you. She is a dear friend of ours. She's also part of the Aurora Police Academy civilian, what's it called?
Aurora Police. Are you talking about the Aurora Police Civilian Review Board?
No, the one where you can the community can be a part of it.
Oh, the Aurora Community Police Academy, I believe.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right. That's
yeah.
right. She's an alumni of that, so shout out to her.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Yeah.
You know, if you weren't here, I would have just massacred that, and I would have had to leave it. I would have had to leave the shattered pieces of that thought on the floor. But you came with the mental dustpan. You swept it up.
I guess so, yeah.
We both glued it back together, and now it's sitting on the mental shelf properly. Thank you, Gabriel.
You're welcome.
The deal would bring a $4.5 million restaurant project with possibly a basement speakeasy eventually to what is called the Vargas Building at 43 East Galena Boulevard along Water Street Mall across the river from the Paramount Theater. The redevelopment deal is with CL Real Estate Development, a division of Peru, Illinois-based CL Enterprises. The company would take ownership and redevelop the property, then lease it to Tangled Roots Brewing Company to develop and operate the restaurant. The project would include this restaurant, this brewery, event space, and possibly through the City Council's Finance Committee and Committee of the Whole, the speakeasy part. But they were concerned during the past week about the possibility of non-union labor being used by developers, and that concern was brought publicly to the council by Brian Dahl, who's the president of the Fox Valley Building and Construction Trade Council. Gabriel Bradford, what do you think about the possibility of having a new restaurant downtown?
I think that's great. I mean, you know, the more restaurants, I feel like the better it is, because, like, I just remember, like, you know, many years ago, the only options were, like, you could go to, like, Subway, or I don't even remember what else was there. Like, there wasn't a lot. Like, there's always been the Subway in downtown Aurora. Like, on Downer, it's always been there.
Jimmy John's around the corner.
Yeah, oh yeah,
like
yeah,
River Street,
yeah.
right?
Jimmy John's, on River, but there wasn't much else. And now, like, there's so many restaurants. So whenever it's like, oh, where are we gonna go to eat? Like, I actually go downtown Aurora now because there's a lot of options. So
when
excited.
8th Ward Alderman Patty Smith asked if the deal was more than, quote, a prayer and a promise, she was replied by Mr. Alex Alexandru with, quote, the commitment is rock solid. The deal has the company paying about $3 million towards the project, with the city putting in $900,000 in the form of a forgivable loan, and another $625,000 in a loan the company would pay back to the city. The developers will raise the money through their own equity, a traditional bank loan, and the sale of state and federal tax credits. There you have it. The time is 8:13 a.m. Citizens Police Academy alumni of Aurora, CPAAA.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
can remember that, right?
Yeah,
How hard could it be?
It's pretty easy. It's the CPAAA.
CPAAA, Citizens Police Academy
Alumni
Alumni.
Association.
No, see, we already got it wrong.
Oh,
Alumni
scratch it up.
Association. You said it. I almost bit it. Association. No, all right. So, Citizens Police Academy Alumni of Aurora.
Alumni of Aurora. Okay.
Academy
okay.
Alumni Aurora. Those are the three.
There we
A's.
go.
All right. People
Yeah.
probably laughing at us, but they probably got it wrong too. Gabriel Bradford, would you take us to a commercial, young man,
Yep.
and give us 3 pieces of news, and if you could please make one of those pieces of news the World Relief information about English and Spanish learning classes with the link and all that. Thank you very much. Time's 8:14.
Yes. So Saturday, March 25th from 3 to 4:30 p.m. there will be Afro Soul Yoga taking place at Zen Loft at 6 West Downer Place in downtown Aurora. This event is open to all ages and will showcase moves from across the African diaspora. For more information or to join
What did you say again?
diaspora,
No, read it. Look at it.
African diaspora,
There you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
There
There
you
we
go. Diaspora.
diaspora. That's the word.
The word of the day
Word
is
of the day.
diaspora. When you're done with that, if you could put that in the thing, we'll go,
Yep.
okay, I'll leave you alone now.
For more information or to join, visit the Facebook page for the event here, and we'll be posting the link in the chat. And then Saturday, March 11th, during the Neighbor Project and the City of Aurora Financial Empowerment Center, they will be hosting tax refund workshop with 2 sessions. The first will be in English at 10 a.m., followed by a session in Spanish beginning at 11 a.m. This will take place at the Aurora FEC, located at 712 South River Street. Deductions, refunds, and budgeting are just some of the topics to be discussed. For more information, call 630-256-4551. Again, the number to call is 630-256-4551. And then the World Relief is offering free English and Spanish classes, and free English classes for immigrants are available. You can learn in person and online, and scan the QR code on the flyer that we believe we posted, and you can call 630-888-0023. Again, the number to call is 630-888-0023 with any questions, and we will be posting the link in the chat to register for that.
That is right. And if you could, please put diaspora. The word of the day is diaspora. If you could put the definition of that for the folks in there, that would be great and very helpful. All right, friends of Saul Olivas, good morning to you. Here's something cool. If you love the environment like I do, and I've taken part in this 2 years now. We've got the news about the community cleanup coming on. It's with a whole bunch of different organizations, the Kiwanis of Aurora, the Aurora Township, Fox Metro, and the Fox Valley Park District. They all get together during the year, early spring. So this is going to be in April next month. But they all get together. What they do is they coordinate a whole bunch of volunteers, and these volunteers then go out and they beautify the Fox River, the portion that goes into downtown. So basically from where Illinois Avenue is, both sides of the bridge going in both directions, they send teams on opposite sides of the river, and they just go out there and then clean up. And you would be surprised the stuff that you find out there. I mean, we see our beautiful waterway that goes through downtown right behind I almost said Java Plus, Jake's Bagel.
Yep.
Right back there and all the way through. People are throwing a lot of nasty stuff out there. I mean, you find shopping carts. I found a coffin once upon a time.
Wait, a coffin?
It was part of a coffin.
Oh, wow.
It was like part of it, yeah.
That's pretty crazy. I haven't seen that.
It was. You know, the thing about it was crazy was I thought two things. I thought, first of all, who was getting a proper burial here, of all places?
Yeah.
I was like, and what happened to the body?
Yeah, I'm wondering that.
Yeah. I mean, it was ornate, so you could tell it was,
Yeah, it was nicer. Wow.
Yeah. It was lined on the inside. I thought that was just the strangest thing in the world. I was like, why is there a coffin, like part of a coffin out here?
Oh,
but anyway,
weird.
I guess that's another story for another time. Now, here's the details about this. So it's going to be April 15th from 8 a.m. to noon at the Kohl Center, 101 West Illinois Avenue. It's really cool. The Kohl Center is huge. It's a really big location, not like a factory, but they have all the equipment and the vehicles for the Fox Valley Park District in there. And they feed you breakfast, and then they give you a little lunch afterwards. So you get there earlier, like before 8 o'clock. I mean, you got to be like 7. You get there like 7. They give you some pastries. You get cereal, milk, all that. You get a good breakfast, and they send you out. Team leader send you guys out, and then after that, at the end, you come back, and they got brats, hot dogs, and burgers for you.
Nice.
Oh, it's a good time. Bags of chips, and
Nice.
they do it efficiently too, and that's what I was impressed with. They really know how to handle large volumes of people. It's very organized.
They do,
It's
yeah.
very efficient. They know what they're doing with that. So I salute them. Have you ever done that before?
You know what? I have not, but I've done something very similar. I was part of a neighborhood cleanup that they did at the Peace House.
Oh yeah.
And that was really good. I think that's actually, isn't that where we met? Where we actually first met like in person.
Wait a minute. How the hell did I meet you?
I thought it was at
How
like
did you
the,
get here? Who are you? No.
Yeah.
How did I meet you?
I think it was at that neighborhood cleanup actually, because I think you were there just talking about things, and they're like, "Hey, good morning, Aurora." So I was like, "Wait a second, good morning, Aurora," because and this is like what, like a year and a half ago. It's like when I'd heard about the show, but I'd never.
It's
never
got
met
to
you.
be. I think it might be a little bit more than a year ago because
yeah.
So the Peace House is 505 Fifth Avenue.
Oh, there. Yeah, that you got that.
Yep, right
address,
there.
yeah.
and we were in the backyard.
Yeah,
That was it, right?
Yeah,
And they had sandwiches.
yeah. It was like a whole entire like catered event because they were doing the.
Yeah,
it
was
like
that
after
the first time
cleanup.
we met? Wow.
I feel like I was. Yeah.
I feel like we knew each other before. Maybe we saw each other, started kind of interacting.
Yeah. I feel like we were hearing a lot about each other, like, because I'd heard about your show like so much, so I was like, oh man, I gotta meet Curtis.
Wow. Well, I'm glad to meet you, man. I'm glad
Yeah.
that if that's how you and I first met, then I guess that further reinforces your value and why you're here,
Yeah.
right? Because
Thanks.
because that was a place where only the most dedicated could be at. I mean, we were out there early.
Oh,
We're out
yeah.
there doing hard work. And so everybody there was part of the mission and part of the purpose. And the purpose is the community and
Yeah.
doing something good. So I'm man, if that's how you and I first met, then that's really a great thing. I
think that was,
I think
yeah.
I'm kind of confused though, because I was aware of the Alive Center, I think, prior, and I've always associated you with the Alive Center. So I
Yes,
was always
yes.
under the impression that I met you there, or we
Wait,
started interacting.
Oh,
there.
maybe. Wait, do you visit the Alive Center during?
I had.
Before that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had.
Okay.
I had come to the Alive Center before then. Very brief, just kind of seeing the place, kind of thing. That was it.
Maybe I'd met you then. I mean, it depends when you came though, because I don't know.
Look at Michael Rayford. You guys sound like an old married couple. Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's why we on time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
All right, the time's 8:22. Johnny Felix is here. Good morning to you. Zora Zapata is here. Good morning to you. Ali Dakane Lamako, good morning to you. Get to know you plus us medical aesthetics. They are located at, let me see if I can get this address right, 2 South Stope Street. Yeah. I think they're located at 2 Stope is an avenue.
Right.
2
Stope
South
Avenue.
Stope Avenue, where right by If These Walls Could Talk. So get to know them. If your skin needs to be beautified and invigorated and indeed exfoliated, holler at them. Say you heard about it on Good Morning Aurora. Get your skin right.
Get your skin right. I remember we did an interview with You Plus Us a couple months ago. That was educational.
Hell
Word
yeah.
of the day. Another word of the day. Educational. That was, man. We learned a lot about skincare that day.
They did.
Yeah.
Zora Zapata is here. Get to know Team 18183 18183. They are a fantastic robotics team, aka Rounded Cube, coming straight out of APS Training Academy. Harish, what up? See, the coalition is thick.
Yeah.
The coalition, man. We got the crew, the team, because it's about everybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what it's
It's
about.
about the whole community.
It's about the whole community. And Johnny Felix is here, Talento Creations. He is a great artist as well. He was in New York recently. He went out to New York for an art feature. He was part of something great out there. I don't know if he's back. If he is in New York right now listening to us, turn it up. Make sure those New Yorkers can hear some real radio. The time is 8:24. Okay. I got something to tell you guys about that is very important here. Let me give this to you. And this particular piece of news qualifies as that thing that we know and love to call If you're looking for a job, our dear friends of the Kane County Circuit Clerk are having a job fair. Explore your career possibilities at the job fair. Save the date. April 22nd is the day from 10 a.m. to noon. The Kane County Circuit Clerk's office is located at 540 South Randall Road in St. Charles, Illinois, 60174. Employer registration deadline, well, for you, that's the 31st of this month. Reserve your table today. Showcase available career opportunities to local job seekers. It's a free event open to the public, and for more information, you can, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give this to Gabriel Bradford so he can put the link in the chat for you, or the email address for you guys, because it's, it's all governmenty.
Oh, yeah.
Circuitclerk.kane.co.il.us, it's all government. And then the next thing I got to tell you guys about, I'll give you a twofer right now. I'll double it up for you. Very important. Estate Planning 101, Protect Your Family's Future. That's going to be April 27th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Aurora Public Library, downtown Santori location, 101 South River Street in Aurora. Join for the complimentary seminar to learn more about what to consider when creating a personal plan to protect your family's future. This is brought to us by the Community Foundation of the Fox River Valley. Julie Chrisman, Vicky Morcos, what up? And Mickey, Wilson, Wheeler, Renzi, Leonard, and Julian, and Elder Law Center PC. How's that for a mouthful, right?
Yeah, that's a mouthful there.
Hey, what was the name of that lawyer?
Nice.
I'll send you the flyer. Okay. Fresh Start City Church events this Easter. Come and worship with us. That is right. Who killed the carpenter's son? I have that flyer as well. I'm going to read that too. Actually, do you got that flyer? You don't have that flyer?
No, I do not.
Okay. Actually, go to Buenos Dias Aurora's page right now. Just go to the Facebook page and it's on there. And when you get that, you'll be the news for that. So let me know when you got it, and I'll take you to a commercial so you can deliver that. God is good. Jose Milagro Torres is here. He is the pastor of Fresh Start City Church. Get to know Fresh Start City Church, located at 10 South Lancaster Avenue on the west side of Aurora. A faith-based, community-oriented church. If you're looking for a church home, look no further. You got that, baby?
Yep.
All right, we're going back to a commercial. Hold on. All right, that's all you.
Who Killed the Carpenter's Son will be Friday, April 7th, and it will be located at 10 South Lancaster Avenue at Fresh Start City Church, and it will start at 7 p.m. promptly.
That's right. Just like that. Just like that. See that? I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Got the news out of nowhere, man. That was good. Okay, so I've got something I want to talk about today. It's something that I want everybody to, if you got something to say, you could put it in the chat. This is an open kind of discussion. But, I'm of the opinion that sometimes in life, good morning, Ruth. I saw you at the peripheral. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Let's see if we can zoom in on Ruth. Let me see. Hold on. Come on back, girl. Yes, there's Ruth right there. Come on in. Nice hat. Come closer. You're already on camera now. Look, hey, girl.
Good morning.
Ruth Madrano is a very, very dear friend of ours, personal friend, and one of our great colleagues. Have a beautiful day, Ruth. I'm of the opinion that you, me, the listeners, and everybody else, we are that double-edged sword in our lives. We can either bring about good or negativity. It's just that easy. We can speak good things or we can speak negative things. And all of what happens to us, except for those parts that are just life issues and everything like that, for the most part, what happens to us could potentially be a product of our own creation. And I want people to realize that they actually have more power than they think they have.
Absolutely.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think everyone has the tendency to underestimate what they can accomplish and what they can do. And it's like, there's so many people where I will be in a meeting and then they'll just go oh, hey, everyone else in this meeting is so qualified. And then what I do doesn't even compare to that. And I'll be like, well, wait a minute. Let's step back. Let's look at what you do. You do amazing things. And your lived experience is different than mine.
Right.
It's different from everyone else in the room. So what you did is amazing compared to what we did, right? That's the thing, but we don't compare. You can't compare yourself to, you can't compare apples to oranges, right?
Right.
Different people have different things that they've had to work through. So some people are at a place in their lives where they're just getting started on things you've been doing for 20 years.
Right.
But that's okay because they work so hard to get to that point, whereas it just came naturally. So that's where I think it's so important to just live your potential, to never short sell yourself.
Right. Never short sight yourself. and always. So that's well said. It's a combination of never short sighting yourself, but I do believe as well that we have to be realistic.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to know that, like, if you want to be a football player, that's going to take time, effort, training, practice, right? So you should never limit yourself, but you should also be realistic about what you're trying to
Yes.
achieve and what you may
Yes.
have to do to achieve that. And I think it's the combination of those two things where people like don't get it. That's where they really don't get it, you know?
That's where a lot of them really lose it, where they're like, oh, I want to be this, but it's like, realistically, probably not going to be able to be. Like me, I know realistically I can't be a football player.
Right.
It's just how I'm built, my size. I don't know a football player who's,
one
who's
tackle.
5'2".
You're like one tackle away from what happened to Gabriel? Oh man, remember that game at the away game?
Yeah, so definitely I know it's not realistic for me to go into professional football, but I know I can still enjoy sports and I can still like go to the gym, do all that. That's realistic, but it's probably not realistic that I be in professional sports.
Brian Moreno, good morning to you, sir. Karina Suarez Darden is here. Good morning, Karina Suarez Darden. Karina Suarez Darden is she is the hostess of Buenos Dias Aurora. Thursdays, tune in for Noticias con Karina, community news with a healthy amount of just goodness. Yes, tune in.
Yep.
Now here's the flip side, right? Me, and maybe this is something wrong with me, right? Maybe I just have this problem. Me, I have this terrible tendency to tell people to do things. When I hear that they want to do right, I just tell them to do it. Because I believe that you should always try it. You should always try it. I like to push people to do things because I do believe that like it's gonna sometimes take that extra push from someone other than yourself, because we, as was said by somebody in the chat, I just read it, we are our own stumbling blocks. We deal with our own head 24/7 all day.
We do, yeah.
So if I meet you and you give me a couple of good pieces of information, okay, but when I go home or when I go to my job, when I go elsewhere, I might start to falter. So I'd like to know from the audience and from you, Gabriel, what's a good way that we can use to consistently reinforce to people that they should either take the chance, make the leap, whatever it is, apply for that job, go for that audition. You're a theater kid, right? Yeah. So what
exactly.
What does it take? What is the cattle prod that we need to poke,
to
right?
move ourselves forward?
What is that thing? Or is there even a thing? What the hell is it?
I think it's, again, it all goes back to being realistic and setting, realistic, achievable goals. But there's things where, so I made some really big goals, right? But they were realistic. Like I knew in maybe 2 years, 3 years, I could achieve these goals. Well, now, it's like a year later, I already achieved all those goals, right? Like, so that's the thing where you set realistic expectations, you reach for really big goals, but they're realistic. So I know that I will never be a professional football player. I know that because I just genetically, I couldn't be that, right? And that's okay. That's something that I understand. And so for me, it would be impossible. It's not realistic. So, but then when I go and look at other things, like some of my goals were to, go into leadership, become the leader for any leadership group. Mm-hmm. And win an election. Those were some of my goals. Mm-hmm. I set those goals, 2-3 years ago, and I achieved them, I think, in under a year, like working on them. But that was where I spent countless hours questioning if I was doing good. And I was like, is it realistic? I've never held a leadership position before. All that. And now, like, here we are today, and it's like, I have achieved those goals, but that's because I understood that I can be a leader, right? I have the ability to become a leader and to continue to grow and improve and progress there. So that's where I think it's having the reality, but then also going for I see what I can be in 5 years. I see what I can be in 2 years. Mm-hmm. And I know what it's going to take to get me to those places. And even in some cases, I didn't know what it was going to take for me to be a leader. I didn't know what it was. There wasn't any specific path forward.
Right.
But I was like, I'm just gonna work towards this because I think it's a great thing. There's nothing better than serving the community. And so that's something where I went with that, and it's been one of the craziest journeys. Like, I've learned so much.
Damn boy, you
lead
inspiring
that, you
me.
know?
It's
Like-
the eye of the tiger.
Exactly.
The time is 8:35. I took us to a commercial. I need you to. Can you please give us some news? Give us 2 pieces of news. Make one of them the court-based rental assistance neighbor project news, please, if you would be so kind. Michael Rayford says, if you reach for the moon and fail, you will always land among the stars. Well said, sir. Swing for the fences, baby.
Absolutely.
Swing for the, you might, if you're going to do something, hey, do it all the way. Josie Mendoza Geller says, when I listen to others or myself, I ask, what's the worst that could happen? I like that. All right.
Yes, I mean, again, that's what one of my mentors in theater always used to say: if you reach for the stars, you get the stars. But if you reach for the heavens, you get the stars thrown in. So when I say set realistic goals, I don't say just reach for things that are easy for you. I mean, go for things that are hard for you.
Right.
So I ran an election. I did public speaking. I started doing events where it was, I had to do like 200, 300 people there.
Right.
That's something that was really hard. So the home buying team of the Neighbor Project has an impressive lineup of seminars and workshops, in person and virtual, all year round. In addition to the workshops, the Neighbor Project also provides group education and individual counseling. Learn about resources that are available and how you can receive other services. The Neighbor Project is the principal local resource for home ownership, financial counseling, and opportunity for all Aurorans. For more information on how you and your family can benefit from coaching and financial help, email Jariah at neighborproject.us or call 630-906-9400. Again, the number to call is 630-906-9400. And the court-based rental assistance is still available for those in a court eviction proceeding due to non-payment. The non-payment is conditioned on financial hardship due to the pandemic. Eligible applicants may apply for up to $25,000 in emergency rental payments. This program is open to anyone in the state and is not conditioned by county. The deadline for applications is June 2023. For more information, you can scan the QR code, which we will be posting, or call 630-906-9400. And Sunday, July 16th, will be an awesome and fun day. Our friends of Harry Beast Dog Parlor are hosting their 5-year anniversary at 215 West Galena Boulevard. This will take place from noon to 5 p.m. and will feature food, lowriders, and other great cars, and of course, dogs. Come on out for a good time. Chicanos Times and A-Town Lowriders will be a part of the show. A-Town Bullies will be in the house, and GMA will MC the event. Save the date and come out for a fun community event.
The time is 8:38 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We're proud to be here daily, doing what we do, giving the news to people, giving you the best possible information with which to thrive, grow, share, come up, do our thing, and it's one big boat, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. I don't know what you think it is, but that's what it is. It's a big rowboat. This ain't no world. We're in a huge boat. You got an oar. I got an oar. We all got an oar. And we got to keep rowing.
Yeah.
And if we get a hole in our boat, one of us has to do some shoring and patch it up. But that's what it's about, man. So we better keep rowing together. Like the song says, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Life ain't no dream. So I don't know who that.
Yeah, I wonder who wrote some of these songs. Like, was it the one song about ring around the rosy, pick a pocket full of posy? Like that is some dark meaning.
What is posy?
It's okay. So back in I think it was like the 1500s. I mean, Tracy Duran probably knows this better than I do. But back in the day, there was essentially, I think it was like the plague, and so you.
Oh, the bubonic plague.
Yeah, something like that. So you'd actually pick like. I think Posey was supposed to be like some type of like medicine for it.
Oh, yeah,
And-
that was the 16th century.
Yeah, something like that. So you get saved if you had it. So that's why people picked Posey. So it's
So Posey is a plant?
I think so. Yeah. So it was literally something where you could like die or something. So, but it's like a song about death, but it's like
Oh.
little kids sing it. So it's
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
It's got some weird meaning. Yeah, you'd be surprised about some of the nursery rhymes. When I got older, I was like, wait, I sang about what? Like,
Right. Oh, speaking of nursery rhymes, I saw Into the Woods.
Ooh, that's
That
a
was
good one.
fantastic. That was a great show. If you have not
Always
yet
good.
seen Into the Woods, shout out to the Paramount Theater. Into the Woods was a fantastic, a monumental, marvelous. What's another synonym that could be stupendous,
phenomenal. Yeah.
phenomenal? I mean,
It's-
it was great.
Into the Woods is an absolute classic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super awesome. I've been in the show twice. It's so good.
Okay, very cool, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, it's 8:41. So besides the part that we were speaking on when it comes to getting ahead, setting goals for ourselves, believing in ourselves. Here's another thing I want to talk to you guys about. Now, this is going to be Jose Milagros Torres says Jesus Revolution was also an amazing movie must see. Awesome. Jesus Revolution. You seen that?
No, I haven't. This is the first time I hear about it.
Thank you for letting us know that.
Oh, well.
Here's the other thing. Something that I had a interesting conversation with a friend recently. Many years ago, I started doing this and kind of, living by this principle, but I don't like to, you need to hang out with people who love you.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
And I'm gonna. This is delicate, right? So I want you people to listen. Bear with me, right? You need to associate yourself with, or hang out with, or you need to hang out with people who love you. You need to hang out with people who don't just think you're all right. I don't hang out with people who I think are just oh, you know what, so and so, yeah, all right. I don't hang out with people who I just think are all right. I don't want to be people who think I'm just all right.
Mm-mm.
I hang out with people who I love. And when you hang out with people who love you, the conversation is different. What they think about you is different. How they talk about you is different, right? You need to hang out with people who love you. You spend your time around people who love you. Be the kind of person who can foster or ignite or build, start a meaningful relationship. I don't hang out with people I just like. I don't want people, Gabriel Bradford, he all right. He's cool. You don't want to be around people like that, or you don't want people to talk about you like that. Hang around people who love you and watch how much more filled you leave events or the barbecue or whatever it is. Watch how much you change. It'll change your life.
It will. Like, the people you hang out with are the people who help you move forward. Like, there's this saying, show me your 5 closest friends and I'll tell you your future. Well, it's true. If you hang out with people who just think you're all right, you have too little time to be hanging out with people that probably don't really matter if they think you're all right. Then, if you're all right to them, then it's probably not worth your time, because you got to hang out with the people who love you.
Right.
You got to hang out with the people who are passionate for you. So, I got friends where I want to support them in whatever they're doing. So, they're doing different things that are, like, is amazing. And obviously, I'm probably not personally interested in that, right? Like, there's a lot of things people tell me about that I'm probably not interested in. But because I love them, I will listen to them talk for hours on whatever subject, because I understand them and I know they need to talk about something, but I love them.
Right.
So I'll be checking out. I'll be like, even though I probably don't want a 30-minute conversation about goodness knows what,
Right.
I'll still talk with them. I'm like, I want to know what's going on in your life, And my best friends, they do the same thing for me. They
Just-
want to know what's going on in my life.
Just the other day, I went to the mailbox and there was a card in there, and the card was from the Ingram family, Jen Ingram. You know,
Oh, yeah,
she's
yeah, I know that family.
she's part of the whole thing, and it was so. Actually, let me back up a little bit. Here's what happened. I wasn't feeling too good. She called me up and was like, "Yeah, what you up to? Hey, look, come out. You know, let's go have a beer. All right, go have a beer. We talk it out. Right? This is my first time seeing her in a long time since before my dad passed and everything.
Oh, wow.
So it was the right call at the right time, and got me out of just not doing anything productive. Well, I actually was. I was scheduling and making content, but that's just working myself to death. Right?
Yeah.
So, we go to tavern. I walk in the tavern. Patrick, the owner's son. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Haven't seen him in forever. Last time I saw him was New Year's Eve. Walk in, give a brother a hug, man, and sit down. And that was that day. So the next day, I go home, and that's when I got mailed that card from the whole family.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
It was, and it really made me feel good because, like, again, kind of going back to the conversation, like, I knew that these are my people. I think who wrote that in the chat? Josie Mendoza Geller. Where is it at? Oh, people who know your light and help make you brighter. Those are your people. And that was it.
Absolutely.
Now, so I talked to Jen, and we got the 3-year anniversary party for Good Morning Aurora coming up May 13th. It's a Saturday. It's already official. So I go to McCarty Mills, go talk to Devin, right? Holler at Devin and get it all squared away. I walk into McCarty Mills. He ain't seen me in forever. We don't handshake, hugs.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, man. You need to associate yourself with people who love you. Hang around people who love you. That's the message of the day. And diaspora. You put that in the chat, right?
Yep, I did.
Hang around people who love you. Be around people who you want to grow. Help put the log on somebody's fire. And associate yourself with people who don't just think you are right. And I swear to God, watch how your whole everything, the feathers on your wings will multiply. That's the message of the day.
Absolutely.
The time is 8:48. Okay. Now I'm gonna talk about something else that what did Johnny Phil say? Passing the ball. That's another concept that we'll talk about here momentarily. The time is 8:48 a.m. I gotta tell you guys about one other quick thing. Bear with me real quick as I tell you, where the hell is it, man? Maybe it's on the news.
Oh, it's on the news?
Yes. Java Plus chili cook-off. Give that to the people. The time is 8:48 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast.
Saturday, March 11th from noon to 3 p.m. will be the chili cook-off happening at Java Plus, 1677 Montgomery Road. Competitors must complete an application plus a $20 fee for entry. For customers, there is a $5 fee, and that includes sampling all of the tasty admissions. All applications must be completed and submitted by March 1st. And for more information or to receive an application, you can call 331-212-6665. Again, the number to call is 331-212-6665.
Javier Burgos and the whole team over there at Java Plus have been great supporters of ours. Once again, Java Plus is located at 1677 Montgomery Road. Get to know them and all that they do. The staff is awesome. They do a lot of different things, like they got a Bible study that happens there.
There's like a card making class I went to.
I
saw.
Yeah, there's that. And then there's also another one. They got a book reading and study.
Yep.
Victoria Howell Maldonado's done some great things there. So they're a really good community organization and a great place to grow and build on. Thank you very much for that. The chili cook-off is really good. I think $5
Yeah,
for entry.
it's
and then
$5.
Yeah.
And I believe there's about 10. At last time I heard, there were about 10 different chilies that were going to be there. So, like, again, that's a really good deal. I mean, $5 and you can sample all this chili, like that.
$5 and that's all
good.
the chili. Right.
Yeah.
That is a good deal.
Also,
Hell yeah. Because the average bowl of chili, go out to a restaurant sometime. And you know what? listen, I know the price of everything is going up in America. I know that. I know we got inflation through the roof. But for heaven's sakes, some things just should not, you can't, right? It's like when you go to the airport, you know, the can of Coke is $2. That's just un-American. I think I don't know who needs, Joe Biden, right? If I would freeze certain products at certain prices. No can of Coke should ever be $2. This is un-American. It's just not right.
I feel like it depends on where you go, because if you go to like the movie theater, like the popcorn there is like pretty expensive.
It's expensive, but it's just popcorn. Like, I mean, yeah,
like you want snacks at a theater, you're like it costs just about as much as the tickets, if not more in some cases.
I'll tell you a funny story real quick. I remember being embarrassed once upon a time, because like black people. You know, we taking food in the theater. I don't know who needs to hear this, but get ready. We taking food in the theater. I remember one time I had a family member, and he so one of the grocery stores we grew up around called Waltz. You know, they had the candy. Meyer has this too.
Oh,
it's the big tub.
Oh yeah, like the big tub.
The whole wall of candy.
Oh,
you open it up, got the scoop. Okay, yeah. So you got the scoop and all that, and he had a bag of candy that was so big.
Oh.
He had a bag of candy that was so big.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, when he sat down, it popped.
No.
So the candy starts spilling out.
Oh, no.
And I remember being so embarrassed, right? That like, oh, my God, he got the candy spilling out. But now I'm older, and I go to the theater, and I see the prices. And I think, wow, how smart. He was bringing his whole candy.
Yeah, I feel bad for all the candy that you got all over the theater.
I was like, wow. He was such a good role model.
Yeah.
Like, Buenos dias, Aurora. Gloria Gerardo was here. Good morning to you. I hope you have a nice weekend and have a blessed day today. Amen. Thank you very much for that, Gloria. I appreciate that. Times 8:52. Passing the ball. Passing the ball is a principle and a little philosophy that I live by too. Passing the ball means that, since I've been blessed, right, or I'm doing something, whatever the case may be, I'm going to pass the ball of a contact or something. So, for example, I was telling Johnny Felix and Michael Rayford at Java Plus, holy cow, I was telling them, we were talking. The drone footage that we have, there's a guy, Joseph Weber. We have two pieces of drone footage, actually. So the second piece, the Buenos Dias Aurora piece of drone footage, a guy called me one day and was like, yo, I like that footage because it's got the casino in it.
Oh, yeah?
And it was taken early in the morning. He was like, yo, I like that footage, how it looks, the whole style. He was like, yo, who did that? And I told him, I was like, oh, this dude, Joseph Weber. That's his name. And he was like, yo, can I holler? I said, yeah. Gave him his number. All that. Yeah, pass the ball.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, he called up Joseph Weber. Joseph Weber has since gone on to get his pilot's license. Now, he's flying airplanes. But he passed it on to, he worked with Joseph, whatever the case may be. Now, some people won't do that. Or they feel some type of way by passing information because they don't want you to benefit from it. Right? Isn't that small?
I think it is. And that's the thing where I try to do the same with all my teams is when I see you have potential and you want something, I will give it to you because it's taken me a lot to get to the different opportunities that I've received. And if those opportunities that I can share can be any benefit to my teams,
right,
that's what I want to give them is, if I can help you get job placement or career training or anything like that, I want to do that for you. If I can write recommendations, like that's the thing where you got everyone has done so much for you as a person, right? Like in my experience, like a lot of people have mentored me, even taking a chance on me where like my first job was they took a chance on me because I had no work history, right? Because again, it was my first job right when I could start working. And so they were like, kind of took a chance, but I've been with them for 2 years now, and it's been an amazing experience, amazing journey. So
Right.
yeah.
So passing the ball is what it's all about. I mean, you have to, if someone can benefit, you need to share. If someone can come up as well, you should be able to. You should definitely do that. So that's the principle. It's called passing the ball. If you've been helped, pass the ball.
Else.
You know what I'm saying? When it was monumental when Joseph Weber did that for us, because first of all, he gave us the footage. He did that work for us, that drone work, early in the morning for us at a great price, because he needed to get better at it. He's a licensed drone operator. He needed to get better at it. He takes it very seriously. So he helped out. So I'm gonna pass the ball. Go ahead. If that person needs it, who knows? That may open up another door for Joseph and my man who needed the footage. So that's the philosophy, man. Pass the ball. That's what it's all about. And that's what Johnny Felix, who wrote that in the chat, that's what he was talking about. That's just one of the things I do. When I interview people, or when people come onto the show, Rachel Wasink was on Friday. You know what I'm saying? The same thing. Curtis, you know anybody who can help me out with SEL courses, or my auntie can't speak English? Boom, pass the ball.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Now you take the shot. You know what I'm saying? But because there is a but we don't have enough time to talk about it. Then there is that'll be another show. Then there is there's the professionalism aspect of it all, right? Because if you pass the ball to somebody, which is the other story I told about it, if you pass the ball to somebody, right, hopefully they do the job requested of them by the person, and it doesn't come back, because that's another thing that happened, right? I passed the ball, and this dude, some work was supposed to be done for somebody else. The work didn't get done. So then when I saw the guy, right, the guy was like, yo, what happened to the dude you hooked me up? Right? I passed the ball, but he, what's the term? I don't watch a lot of sports. What's the term when you mess up with a shot?
Like fumbled it,
bricked it, whatever the case may be. So then there's that. Time's 8:57. Curtis, thank you for starting my day off right. Love your positivity. Oh, thank you, Josie. Love your laugh. Love your smile. Thanks for being. I appreciate you, Josie. Josie's part of it.
Yeah.
She's part of it. You know what I'm saying? Right? She's part of it. Josie's been listening to the show forever, and I appreciate that. That's the thing, too, my boy, who I was talking with, after that first 6 months of Good Morning, like when it first started, when people start listening, when we would do an episode and it got 2 listens, I remember, this was a good memory too, man. We were riding one day and he said, yo, how's your numbers looking? I was like, pretty good. I was like, we're getting like 10 listens a day. He was like, 10 listens? He was like that. He was like, yo, those are rookie numbers. You gotta get those numbers up, basically. And I told him, yeah, we're working on it. Joseph Weber's story helps us grow. But I said, I'm doing it for those 10. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm doing it for them.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing it for those 10. That's all good. Tracy Duran was one of them. Vanessa Rodriguez Aguirre. There was the original 10. Like, those are the people who were listening, man. And I'm doing it for them. The time is 8:58. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate that. So Who Killed the Carpenter's Son? Taking place at Fresh Start City Church, 10 South Lancaster Avenue. And the Kane County Circuit Clerk's office is having the job fair. So the stuff that we talked about today will be posted in those links and be shared. Don't forget, A New Way Community Church has that event coming up on March 10th. So there's a lot of great things taking place here in the city of Aurora. And the last thing, we told you about that, was the deal for the restaurant coming into the Vargas building downtown. Keep your eyes on that building. Once again, it's right across from the Paramount, and I would encourage you, just like French 75 has added a new flair to that particular corner or that little area, that's Galena and Broadway, basically.
Yep.
Just as French 75 has added a little flair there and changed the whole dynamic, keep an eye on that building, because that would definitely if there is going to be a restaurant there eventually, that will definitely do a lot to help shape that particular corner in that little area there. So keep your eye on that. Time is 9 o'clock. What did we forget?
I think we covered it all today.
I think so,
Yeah,
too.
we got some more to talk about on Wednesday.
We do. Lynn
Stay tuned.
Bogacki just emailed me too. How about that? The Boy Scouts. Check that out.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna end it right there. Take care of yourself and
tuned.
each other. You just say stay tuned.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right.